In this video, I want to share with you how I use these gorgeous large wall calendars to support me in running my own business. My name is Megan Sumrell, and I run a business all about planning and time management for women. Now, before we dive into strategies on how to use this to support your business, I want to mention a couple things about these calendars, which makes them even better than how gorgeous they already look. They are reusable, meaning they come undated. All right, so it just has the 12 months, but you can write in and decide if you want a Sunday or a Monday start. You get to customize that. I created these little stickers using my own Cricut machine. You can buy them at a craft store. You could just write with a chalk marker. And then I use a white chalk marker to write directly on the calendars. Now, what this means is at the end of every year, I can just take a damp paper towel and wipe all of that off, and then I get to start fresh for the next year, which means you're only investing in this once. And this is now my third or fourth year using these reusable wall calendars. Now, you'll notice I have the space in my home office to have all 12 months up. You may not, and that's completely fine. But from a helping you with your business perspective, I would make sure that you set them up in a space where you can have at least 3 months. Now, what you're seeing here is the view I get when I'm sitting behind my desk. So I can easily look up from my desk on my computer at any time and get the information that I need. So first, there are two key things that you want to make sure you're plugging into your giant calendars as it relates to your business. The first is going to be any large events, and I'll kind of break that down for you here in a minute, related to your business that you need to always have front of mind. But the second part, and this is where a lot of people go wrong when they're creating calendars like this for their business, especially if you're like me, I'm a working mom, right? I have a lot of my life is not about business. You need to actually layer in personal stuff. Now, I'm going to put some, caveats around that. I'm not writing down on this calendar what I'm doing every single day, right? So what I'm going to start with is what personal information belongs on your large business calendar, and then we'll talk about the business stuff. In a nutshell, what I want to make sure I'm capturing on this calendar are any times personally where I know I cannot be working for a significant amount of time, a full day or longer. Now, I have a child right now who is in high school. So the first thing that I have done is made sure that this calendar represents any days off with school around holidays, vacations, etc., along with any family planned vacations where I know I'm not working. One of the things that I love about these calendars is I love to use washi tape. All right. And you'll see it up here. You see some like rows of different colors tape. Well, washi tape peels right off of your calendar without leaving any residue. So again, you can still do the reusable part. I have picked one color, and for me, it is in blue. So for instance, you'll see this light blue up here in random days with blue, and that is a signal to me that there's no school that day. So at the beginning of the school year, when we get the school calendar, I come up with my washi tape and I put down any days where we don't have school, right? So I know there's a week off in fall around the Thanksgiving time here in the US, holidays in December, spring breaks, etc. Because I need to know if we don't have school, then I know my work schedule changes, and I also don't want to be planning large business activities on those days. Now, you'll also notice purple rows up here. This is what we decided as a family represents kind of family vacation time. This is where I'm saying you're not going to put all your personal stuff on here, but you need to make sure that you're capturing days, weeks, etc., where your brain is reminding you from a business perspective, this is not the time for me to schedule things that I need to be present for. So sometimes the blue and purple overlap, right? You may see that up here. This is because we're doing a family spring break trip. We're doing a vacation over this spring break with school. Okay, so that's what you want to be layering in from a personal perspective. Any trips, times that you can't be working, etc. Now let's shift gears and talk about what belongs on this to support you with your small business or potentially large business. I want you to think about these categories. What events maybe do you hold, either virtual or in person, that are significant, that then there's a lot of promotion around it? Maybe there are conferences that you are attending, Perhaps you're working towards a big launch date, right? Where you're actually wanting to, maybe you're about to launch a new product. Here at the Pink Bee, we're going to be launching a new planner this year. So I need to remember the target date for that. So that way, what we're ultimately trying to do is plant reminders for ourselves so we don't get overbooked and overscheduled. I would encourage you, and what I like to do is, again, I bring up my washi tape, and you'll notice there's some pink layers of washi tape up here. That is where I am signaling for myself, this is a large work item. So it might be an event, it might be that I'm at a conference, it might be something that we are promoting, etc. Now, another great tool, and again, you can get these right on the Kaleidoscope Living website, is a matching set of Post-it notes that coordinate beautifully, of course. So you can also use these, for instance, if I were to pull off the blue one here, and I want to give you a little tip that I learned from the creator of these, Tasha. If you pull up your sticky notes this way, they stay curled. So instead, you're going to want to come here and just kind of loosen it a little bit, but then pull straight down, and it keeps your sticky note flat. So if I had a big day, like a big launch day or big conference or something like that, I could come up here and put that right into the square. These fit exactly into the squares. And then you can actually jot down what the event is. You can do the same with washi tape, where you can actually write on your washi tape if you choose to. Now, we map this out at the Pink Bee. We're typically doing our planning for the upcoming year in like October and November. And so this allows us to, by layering in my personal stuff, the school calendar, known vacations, you'll notice I have some green places. That's a signal for me that my spouse is gone. So I know I'm going to be doing more of the heavy lifting here at home. When we're mapping out events for the business, it's very, very easy to look at your large calendar, right? And make sure that you don't have things that are not going to fit well with personal and business. It also is such a powerful communication tool for you and your team. I'm often taking pictures of this and sending it to my team to remind them, hey, here's a month at a glance, here's a quarter at a glance, right? You can start layering in large events, right? Maybe week-long activities up here. This is when I'm holding my live boot camp all week long. That's a reminder for me. Because I have such great visibility of this right at my desk, if I get an email or message from someone saying, hey, Megan, are you available to come present at this event if someone were to ask me, are you available to come present at this event in May? I can easily look at my wall calendar for May, and maybe they're asking me for the 8th and 9th. From my desk, I can visually see, oh, I've got green tape up there. I know that I'm kind of doing solo parenting at that time. Let me be very thoughtful about whether this is something that's a good idea for me to absorb or not, right? And just having this high level data will 100% support you in your planning. It will help keep you from getting overbooked, and it will 100% keep you from getting overscheduled as well.